Hello everyone, yes, I'm from NightZookeeper, but I'm going to be primarily talking about what we do with Skype in the classroom. So, I don't know if anyone's familiar. Who's tried a Skype into the classroom, brought some people in? One of the strange people you can find on the Skype in the classroom community is me. And my colleague Paul, who is a former primary school teacher, and now I keep him locked up in a cupboard, Skyping to classrooms around the world. And Paul will appear on Skype in front of your children and tell them very strange stories about spying giraffes that can turn invisible. We do occasionally mention that they can turn into people and have been known to disguise themselves as teachers. And the only way you'll be able to tell is if they've got a particularly long neck, in which case all children stare at their teacher for the next 2 minutes just waiting to see whether they truly are a spying giraffe in disguise. We also play fun games. We take advantage of the fact that we're on a webcam. I like to play a game where I turn myself into a monster, which basically means making the scariest face I can possibly make, and then slowly moving towards the camera whilst they try and answer questions before my eye reaches the camera in the laptop, which I tell them is a tree. This is always a fun game, but it does result in some very strange pictures appearing on Twitter when teachers take pictures of me doing this at their children's faces. But the Skype in the classroom experience is really innovative because it brings right into your heart of your classroom people from bizarre backgrounds. There are astronauts on there, there are marine biologists, literally any subject that you might be teaching can benefit from having an outside expert. I mean, if you think about the opportunity that you have when you're speaking to kids about a particular subject, if you think about radio, and the fact that if you always have a radio presenter talking all at the same time about the same subject, it can get a bit repetitive. But if you can bring in an outside expert to talk, to freshen it up, there's someone else that they're responding to now and is talking to them with a great deal of passion and enthusiasm, not necessarily about giraffes that can vanish, but about anything more sensible subjects, then it can be really powerful. Then you can also use that as the basis for fantastic lessons. So you don't have to Skype the whole lesson. You can set up these lessons for 10 minutes at a time, bring an expert into your classroom. The technology is much more robust than it used to be. We don't have half as many problems as we've had in the past as school Wi-Fis are being upgraded. You can come in, you can have a 10-minute starter, and what we use it for is the basis of lessons. So the Jungle of No Return is one of the more popular lessons that we have teachers signing up for on the community. They get to meet us. We tell them about this strange jungle full of interesting animals, which is the basis of some science because we're teaching them and introducing them to the sort of animals that would live in the jungle. But then we use it as the basis of a literacy lesson, which is primarily what NightZookeeper is focused on. So having discovered the fact that there's this jungle and heard this story, teachers can use the book, use the NightZookeeper story to then get kids onto the website and get them writing. So we have lesson plans and interactive lessons which draw kids into the world of the Night Zoo. But you can use your lesson plans off the basis of these Skypes to teach anything because you get that level of inspiration. And one thing that the guest presenters will always say is, to give particular challenges to the students after they've left the call, and that gives another reason, another person that they're doing their work for. So I really encourage you to check out Skype in the Classroom. If you just go to the Skype in the Classroom website, then there's a huge database. I think they've also got a really strong community of around 70,000 educators on there, so it's a really big community of people that you can also set up Skypes between your classroom and their classroom and share best practice. That's not me. Thank you very much, everyone.